The abomination of desolation. Let that phrase sink in your brain real quick. The abomination of desolation. The same abomination of desolation that the Son of Man talked about in Matthew chapter 24. The same abomination of desolation that Daniel prophesied about. I wanted to read Revelations, but the Holy Spirit said, whoa, whoa, whoa. The abomination of desolation. And I said, yes, ma'am. So with that being said, the abomination of desolation. Matthew chapter 24, verses 15 through 25. This is the Son of Man talking. When ye, therefore, shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. And let me say that again. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. That's very, very important, y'all. You don't want to be doing anything on the Sabbath. I don't care how wretched it is outside. I mean, we have to keep this Sabbath day until our deathbed. You know what I'm saying? For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Continuing, Matthew chapter 24, verses 26 through 31. The return of the Son of Man. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And we have to backtrack to verse 26. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. It's going to be a lot of false accusations, y'all. A lot of false prophets on YouTube, on all kind of social media, telling you the Son of Man is coming on this date. The Son of Man is coming on that date. If they give you a date, don't believe them. Because no man knows that time or hour but the Father only. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, all praise. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So basically, that was the Son of Man in Matthew talking about the abomination of desolation that Daniel the prophet is about to talk about when we get into this book in chapter 2. But we'll get into chapter 2 tomorrow. Today, we're only getting into chapter 1 because Daniel is a nice and long book of the Bible that we have to try our hardest to dissect. It's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, Books like the book of Daniel, the book of Ezekiel, it's hard, bruh. It's hard. Revelations is hard. It's like if you ever played a video game, these type of books, they're like on the extreme boss level mode. So I went on gotquestions.com and I typed in abomination of desolation and this came up. So this is not my opinion. This is the opinion of gotquestions.com. So Daniel prophesies about the abomination of desolation seem to have at least a partial fulfillment in 167 BC when a Greek ruler by the name of Antiochus IV desecrated the temple in Jerusalem. Antiochus called himself Epiphanes, illustrious one, or God manifest. He set up an altar to Zeus over the altar of burnt offering, and he sacrificed a pig on the altar. What the? Hey, that. Yo, these heathen, boy, they be making up the most abominable versions of our holy sacrifices, bro. I'll tell you, like, how you gonna sacrifice a pig, bro? On the altar. Antiochus went even further in his atrocities, slaughtering a great number of the Jews and setting others into slavery, and he issued decrees forbidding circumcision and requiring Jews to sacrifice to pagan gods and eat pig meat. What Antiochus did certainly qualifies as an abomination, but it was not a complete fulfillment of Daniel's prophecy. Antiochus Epiphanes did not enter a covenant with Israel for 7 years, for example. And in Matthew 24, the Most High, Son of Man, speaking some 200 years after Antiochus' evil actions, spoke of Daniel's prophecy as having a still future fulfillment. The question then becomes, when, after the Son of Man's day, was the abomination of desolation prophecy fulfilled, or are we still waiting for a fulfillment? So we're going to skip down. We take the futurist view, which sees the abomination of desolation prophecy as still future. In our view, the Most High Son of Man was referring to the Antichrist who, in the end times, will establish a covenant with Israel for 7 years and then break it by doing something similar to what Antiochus Epiphanes did in the temple. And again, this is GotQuestions.com's version of what the abomination of desolation is, not mine. I'm just reading. The sacrilegious object the Son of Man called the abomination of desolation could be the image of the beast that the Antichrist's right-hand man, the false prophet, will order to be set up and worshipped in Revelations chapter 13, verse 14. Of course, for Matthew chapter 24, verse 15, to be ye future, the temple in Jerusalem will have to be rebuilt before the tribulation begins. Those who are alive during the tribulation should be watchful and recognize that the breaking of the covenant with Israel and the abomination of desolation will herald the beginning of the worst 3.5 years in history. See Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. Be always on the watch and pray that you may be able to escape all that is about to happen and that you may be able to stand before the Son of Man. Luke chapter 21, verse 36. All praise. So what y'all think the abomination of desolation is? You know what I'm saying? Could it be a person? Could it be a place? Could it be a thing? You know what I'm saying? What's my speculation? Hey, this is just my opinion. I'm gonna let y'all know straight up, I'm not a prophet. Or at least I don't know I'm a prophet. The Most High would have to enlighten me in a dream or a vision to let me know that I truly am. But until I get that enlightenment, I'm not gonna title myself a prophet, a seer, any of that, bro. I'm just a normal guy that works a 9-to-5 job that reads the Bible. That's an Israelite by blood. And this is my duty to be reading this Bible. In my speculation, my personal opinion is, do y'all think? Because I think the abomination of desolation is a thing, bro. I don't think it's a person. I don't think it's a place. I think it's something that someone or some people took, willingly, mind you, that altered their insides. And that's all I'm going to say on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how it is on these platforms. You can't say a lot of things Or you know what happens. That's why the Son of Man, why you think the Son of Man talked in parables in the Bible? Because if he really said what was going down, he would get immediately taken up, called a blasphemer and all type of things. You know what I'm saying? They had to frame him. They still framed him, but they would have had like truth to it. They would have had truth behind it. And what I'm trying to say is that's why the Son of Man talked in code, you know what I'm saying, in parables or code words. You know what I'm saying? Like how we talk in code words in the hood so the police don't be trying to catch on to what's going on. Same thing in Son of Man's time. He talked in parables or codes. So what I'm trying to say is that I think the jungle juice that them people took, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's my own speculation. But let's not have no procrastination and get into this word. Let's see what the word got to say. And with that being said, the book of Daniel, chapter 1. Daniel and his friends remained faithful to the Most High Power of Israel. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem, and besieged it. And the Most High Power gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, with part of the vessels of the house of the Most High Power, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of his God, and he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science, as such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat, and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that the end thereof they might stand before the king. Now among these were of the children of Judah Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name of Belteshazzar, and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and to Mishael of Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now the Most High Power had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse likened than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. So basically he's saying, hey bro, like you gonna put me in danger. I'm just breaking that down right quick. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us post to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat. And as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he contested to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. Thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat, and the wine that they should drink, and gave them posts. As for these 4 children, the Most High Power gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Now, at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, that the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. And the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. All praise. Let me say that again. The book of Daniel, chapter 1, verses 20. And in all matters, this is the children of Israel, y'all. This is our forefathers and foremothers. In all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. All praise. And Daniel continued even unto the first year of King Cyrus. All praise to the power of the Son of Man, his precious Holy Spirit, Abraham, Isaac, and all of Israel, Father, I am that I am, and his only begotten Son, the Son of Man, to finally come and save the small remnant of the lost sheep of the house of Israel in our desperate and trying times, aka spiritual Jacob's trouble. Physical Jacob's trouble is gonna come. We don't know when, but we definitely know that spiritual Jacob's trouble is upon the children of Israel. So Israel, keep your faith up, keep your head strong in these trying times, because these are the times that the Most High was talking about in Revelations. You know what I'm saying? Now this picture right here, this is a depiction of Daniel chapter 2, which we're going to get into tomorrow, when Daniel has that dream, you know what I'm saying? And this is the image, well, supposedly the image that he sees in his dream. We don't know. All we can do is speculate, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, shalom. Keep your head up and your faith strong, Israel. Peace.